Alright, what's up, extras? Here with a pretty rare non-VOD upload. So this one's about what happened with the BTD6 tournament, because some of you probably wondered after the last upload where it went, because yeah, my last upload was 3 weeks ago, and I was already eliminated at this point, so technically I've been out for 4 weeks already, but clearly since then there's obviously had to be a lot of rounds happen, right? So why am I not uploading those? Well, first of all, I guess I can show you what those rounds consisted of. So let me go ahead and pull up Discord over here to go over what rounds that I ended up skipping. So it was round 6 round 5. Round 5 where I was knocked out. Round 6 I skipped because it was pretty bad, let me just say. First of all, they had to change the settings multiple times, if I recall. This was a basic challenge where your score is based on beating a challenge editor, and then your score is decided on your multiplier of your sliders, the product of your sliders. So if you put all max stats, then you get max score, and yeah, people got max score because it was a kind of a shit show. And that was after they banned a bunch of stuff. Let me just go over to the, I guess, Hall of Fame, round 6. Where is it? Yeah, high stats challenge. Yeah, top 3 players all got the same score. And it ended up being like stalling more than anything, or just annoying to play. So, frankly, glad I was kind of out for that. That's why none for round 6. Round 7 is the one that you saw in the reverse challenge. Check it out if you haven't. Nudge, 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 nudge. And then round 8. This one, I think I was too busy for. I was, yeah, June 26th. So, this was the race. You basically had to beat the run without these towers, and then the run ends with a permacharge on screen. I personally thought these restrictions, even if I wasn't busy, I don't think they were that interesting. I thought they could have done, a lot of things in terms of how to make a race in the tournament a bit more interesting, but this is pretty light restrictions. So top times are close to normal top times. Nothing much else to say other than that, since it was time sensitive, couldn't even make a video on it in the first place. So, round 9. Also, I don't think it was too interesting. It was just a party bad quest, but yeah, just restrictions. So, I moved on from that. Round 10 was definitely not something I don't think too many people would be interested in. Easy ultimate balloons round on the hardest rounds in the game. And a bunch of people had different, maps too, each matchup, so that pretty much made it impossible to, I guess, compare scores, because you'd only be comparing to 2 scores, and which one would I even pick? Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. Some of the, I guess there's no Hall of Fame for that one, because there were a bunch of matchups, but yeah, some of them were pretty, I don't know, very, straightforward strategies, like outbuff triple guns or something like that. But yeah. And then, round 11 was the last one that was made public. This one was, yeah, never in a million years want to make it. Must be around 95 to 100 frozen over only 520 ace. Translation, Sky Shredder, Ace Micro, 6 rounds. Yeah, they literally made a challenge entirely in Ace Micro. That is kind of funny to think about. And it would have been the death of me either way. But yeah, at this point, they didn't post anymore. Even though there were still players in the tournament. Because basically their plan was at the top 8 to do live rounds. So basically that means that the last contestants would play live. And they would duke it out that way over the course of several days. I think they mentioned it somewhere here originally. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, right here. So they did plan for them the live run to be over 2 days, but that didn't happen because apparently organizing, 1v1 matchups is hard. Because people live in different time zones and all that. So what they did instead, and they didn't tell anyone, weirdly enough, is that they went private in the matches. So they didn't even tell anyone the results. They planned to just keep it on the down low until it was finished, and then upload a video, but I think they backtracked a little bit, because people want to know what's up, because, like, yeah, July 3rd, 16 days later, sorry, finally an update. They changed their plans, then instead they've decided on doing the final round live. So they already played all the rounds before this. The finalists are Alk and TSP. TSP, who I've known for 10 years, and I've known him since the Battles 1 Flash days, so it's quite a while. If you're wondering, I guess I'm rooting for him. Go, guy. Anyways, yeah. So instead they're doing a live tournament. That's basically all that's happened. Oh boy, I am butchering this one take. But yeah, as I'm recording this right now, the finals are just about to happen. They haven't happened yet. So you'll know who won, I guess. I don't know, when I type or make a pin comment or something like that. But yeah, they're gonna make a video. I need to reiterate that. So you'll be able to see, I guess, what the live rounds were. I personally think it would have been really fun to be in those live rounds because, like, you know, under time pressure, I think I would do pretty well on that. Just, I don't know, a hunch, because, you know, I stream challenges a lot of the time, or I do 1 hour challenges a lot of the time. I suppose that may translate into, I don't know, some sort of performance, but even if it didn't, I think the content would be really hype. Unfortunately, again, that doesn't happen. That's not happening because I'm out, but yeah. We'll probably leave a link in the description. Well, actually, probably when I release this, the video won't be out, but just stay tuned. I guess the organizer's going to post a video on it. And I'm going to leave you off with an interview I did with the organizers just earlier, so enjoy, I guess. They just asked me questions about, you know, what I like for future tournaments, etc. What I, you know, and what I liked and what I didn't like about the current tournament. So yeah, hopefully that interests you. And yeah, subscribe to ISAB Extras. Yeah, get ISAB Extras a silver play button, please and thanks. Yeah, leave you guys with the audio of the interview.
Why, hello. How are you doing today?
I am doing all right. How are you guys?
We're doing fine.
Just dealing with tournament stuff. So, you had a very different story from Ferds. You had probably the unluckiest bracket of anyone here. Like, you were just hammered left and right with insanely good players.
Yeah, that was just you couldn't do anything about that but just laugh, honestly.
Yeah.
And that was one of the
I'm asking you some
reasons.
similar questions to Ferds. So what round did you get out of? I cannot remember.
I think it was round 6. I forget what exactly what the challenge was, but
that was the farming Paragon one.
Right, the boss one, right.
All right. So, including the rounds that you did play or did not play, what would you say was the most well-structured round? Like, technical-wise and pure skill-wise?
Well, I want to say, like, favorite-wise, the 2 million pops, or the most pops on the, I think the 000 dart was, I think, interesting to play out.
Yeah, that one.
And also, I wasn't part... Yeah, sorry, I wasn't part of, or I was already eliminated by the time that round came, but also the one where you had to avoid getting pops on, like, the Inferno ring, I thought that was also pretty interesting. So much so that, you know, that was the only one that I made a video for after I got eliminated.
Yeah, and you did keep up playing a few of the rounds afterwards. Anything stand out to you in the future rounds that you didn't end up playing?
Oh, well, it was just the one. I only played that one challenge because I took a look at the rest. I don't think they really interested me that much. And I wasn't sure what the live rounds were because obviously they were held privately. So I can only say for, like, those rounds, what, 8, 9, 10?
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't really have too much interest in those, at least at that point.
Yeah. And of the rounds that you did end up playing, were there any that you were there any rounds that you didn't really like? Which one was your least favorite?
I get that, like, for loser rounds, some of them are maybe a little bit quicker. I don't know, not as planned out, I guess, compared to some of the winners rounds. I'd say maybe the Odyssey. That was just kind of standard, least towers. Other than that, I think the rest were fine that I played in.
Yeah, all right. I did feel that the Odyssey did also was kind of like a more basic round than the rest.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
ask you-
and a lot of people didn't submit.
It was the cooling round. Now I'm gonna ask you a similar question to Ferds. Like, so being a contestant, also being just like a viewer of the tournament, what is like one thing that you want to see continue, or in one thing you definitely want to change moving on in further tournaments?
I mean, I just want to see another tournament, honestly. That's what I'd say in terms of, like, the, what I want to see. There's definitely a lot of things I think that should be changed, though, next time. So, for example, I'm pretty sure this is, like, a popular opinion, but just not having such a giant bracket, I think would be easy for organizers, and better, luck-wise, so you don't get super unlucky in your matchups. So, I didn't hear what Ferd said, because I wasn't in the stage earlier, but I'd say start off with a bunch of qualifying rounds, and then I think one way to solve the problem where people don't have time to finish some rounds is, like, take like maybe 4 out of, so let's say, for example, there were 6 qualifying rounds, and then they'd be ranked on the person's top 4 scores. So, like, they can be allowed to skip a certain, qualifying round if they didn't have time, for example. That's just for qualifying rounds, and then, yeah, for the brackets, probably start with a much smaller one because you have so many qualifying rounds, maybe top 32, 16. Also, I guess for for this tournament, it definitely sucks to be kicked to the losers early because you have to play so many rounds back to back to back to back. I know that's how it works, but, like, I think Hertz had to play, like, 12 rounds compared to if someone was in the top side of the bracket, half that amount. Yeah, those are my thoughts.
Well, trying to think of other stuff to ask. Like, what was, like, your general feel of the tournament? Like, did you consider it, do you think, more luck-based or more skill-based, besides, like, the rounds themselves, besides, like, the tournament structure?
Sorry, besides the tournament structure, is it luck-based or skill-based? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in terms of, like the challenges?
Yeah, the challenges themselves.
Okay. Some of them were, well, I think all of them touch on different parts of quote-unquote skill, and some people never, or there are challenges here that no one's ever done before, so it's kind of new, like the, what do you call it, the balancing round 2.
The dreaded round 2.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question again? I lost your train of thought.
I was just saying, like, if, like, would you consider this tournament to be, like, luck-based or skill-based from, like, a contestant's point of view?
No, I'd still say it's skill-based because, the final 2 contestants are clearly the best, one of the, like, if not the best contestants. And people who made it far were good enough to go far. Like, in terms of beating the challenges.
Yeah, we did see a lot of the better players. They did end up getting a really good placement overall, except for there were a few strong players that did ended up getting eliminated early, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that was due to, bracket luck more than just a round that didn't require skill, I think.
Lampy, do you have any questions for him?
Yeah, one thing. As a content creator, from the content creator's standpoint, what else would you like to see in these future tournaments? What would content creators like to have?
Hmm. Well, obviously, I might be a bit biased, but you know, I would not like to see stuff like I think round 10 was an expert map early game. It's hard to really reel people in with that, to be honest. But I think, well, I'm not sure this is like directly answering the question, but I think it would have been nice if the live rounds, like starting from top 16 were, streamed instead of it going private. I think that would keep hype for the tournaments, and so because right now, like, nobody was, or a lot of people were just kept out of the loop of what went on. I think, like myself too, I was like, or the tournament disappeared for like a couple weeks on. There were no updates on what happened until just a couple days ago.
Yeah, that was probably something that we could have done better there. Having the live rounds be publicly available. But for some of the rounds, it was very difficult to schedule, seeing how long it took.
Right. Yeah, that's understandable. Guess there's not much you can do about that. But, like, I mean, I guess Turk Time from Battles 2 standpoints, apparently, well, I guess it's only one day, but like, I've played in tournaments where there were a lot of people who were able to, I guess, make it for that day. But that might be different again compared to
We'd love to get this all
this
done
kind
in
of
one day.
tournaments. Yeah. Because, like, they have to, I know you have to, like, in the live rounds, people have to play probably multiple rounds if they made it far, so I can see it being a pain to organize times, especially when people are busy.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that weren't available in the same times, considering they lived in different places in the world, or they had different schedule issues.
People.
Yeah, so I
just haven't
guess, I guess if it can't be live streamed in a future time, then yeah, just filling people in the loop, I suppose, like real time.
Well, thanks for your thoughts and your words. Anything you want to say before we move on to the Q&A?
Nope, that's about it. Thanks for having me.
All right,
And,
thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for organizing, and yeah, good luck if you guys make future tourneys.